A pickup artist by the name of Alex Smith has been convicted and officially sentenced for his involvement of a gang rape of a woman who goes by the name of Claire. That is a pseudonym, that's not her real name. But this San Diego woman was raped in such a brutal way because of the teachings of Alex Smith that he has been convicted and now sentenced. Now, a California judge has sentenced the San Diego pickup artist Alex Smith to 8 years in prison. That is the maximum allowable sentence under California law for the gang rape of this woman in 2013. So I'm going to get into the details of the rape, and it's graphic and difficult to hear about, but it gives you a sense of just how brutal it was. And Alex Smith ran a website called Efficient Pickup. Again, it was a pickup artist website where he would give guys advice on when to pick up women, basically around closing time at bars when they would be the most drunk, how to isolate them or get them away from their friends so they wouldn't have anyone to protect them, and to basically not take no for an answer. 3 men were charged with the woman's rape, but Smith's case was the only one to go to trial. He was the only one who would not plead guilty. So the other 2 men involved did plead guilty. He was convicted in September by a 12-person jury of 2 counts of rape of an intoxicated person and an unconscious person. Now, much of that trial unpacked not only the facts from the night of the assault, but also the language. Terms like shit tests and token resistance, which defines a woman's no as an obstacle to be overcome by any means, and practices like going to bars at closing time and isolating targets from their friends, of pickup artists in general. Now, the 2 other guys that were involved, like I said, decided to plead guilty. Jonas Dick was the other guy, and then the student was Jason Berlin. All right, so the judge responded to the sentence, and he was very harsh. He says, "This is not a hard decision at all. In fact, if I could give you more time, I would." Judge Fraser also told Smith, in order to protect society, you need to be put away, calling him an absolute danger to women in this community. So what they did is they went to a bar late at night when it was about to close. They found a woman and her friend. They were drunk. One woman was more drunk than the other. Took the women back to the apartment where essentially Jason Berlin was the first to rape her. Okay, so let me give you the details on that. When Claire's friend came to investigate what happened, because she realized, they took my friend away, I don't know where she is, what are they doing with her? When she came back to investigate, they found that she was unconscious, laying naked, face down in her own vomit, surrounded by a naked Berlin and Smith. The men laughed and told her, "We just tag-teamed your friend," before throwing the women out of the apartment.
Wow. Okay. So I want to separate out 2 different things here. One is sketchy stuff that guys do to pick up women. So you want to go to a bar late at night because you think that there'll be more drunk women or women more likely to hook up. That's not a prosecutable offense, nor should it be. I get it. That's your tactic. And now maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that that's that big a deal. Okay. You want to make sure that you could hook up with a girl, and sometimes her friends come and, try to block that. And, it's the common thing that has gone on between men and women for a long time. Now, the other part is, okay, yeah, but I'm going to physically remove her from the premises. I'm going to isolate her. And when she's unconscious and lying in a pool of her own vomit, I'm going to violate her. Well, that's rape. That's not hard. Like the judge said, it's not hard to figure out. It's the most clear rape there ever was. So, and raping an unconscious woman is not being a pickup artist. That's not being cool or suave. That's just raping someone. Anyone can do that. So, and what's amazing is how proud they are of it. Like, look at this, I raped someone. Oh, okay.
I have so much to comment on. Okay, so first of all, going to a bar at 2 a.m. with the intention to find the drunkest possible woman to have sex with, I think is problematic, to say the least, right?
Certainly not a crime, though.
It's not a crime, but they literally went to this bar at 2 in the morning knowing that that's when they're likely to find the drunkest possible person. When you are drunk to a point where you don't know what you're doing, well, then the person who's having sex with you is raping you. So that was tactic number one, right? Look, the rape itself is the crime, okay? So let's be clear about that. But this was a tactic that they used to ensure that they could find someone who wouldn't be able to properly judge whether or not they want to do something. Okay, isolating her, making sure that her friend who's not as drunk can't protect her, all of that. What they did was 100% rape. And by the way, again, he was convicted of it. Guess why? Because Claire herself had to be the detective in this case. So she reported this to the cops. Cops didn't do anything, okay? They didn't properly investigate it, and I'm going to venture to say that a lot of women who have been raped, a lot of men who have been raped, probably run into the same problem. So she decided to kind of start investigating this herself, and she found the online forums where they're talking about, you know, raping women. And she actually found threads where they're literally talking about her rape. And, you know, they're laughing about it, they're joking about it, they think that it's all fun and games. And so she collected all of this evidence and was able to get prosecutors to go after these guys. Again, the two other guys, not Alex Smith, decided, okay, we're guilty, so we're just gonna go ahead and say we're guilty. But Alex Smith did have to stand trial, and he was convicted because of the overwhelming evidence of what he did.
So when Anna says the cops didn't do much, it's literal. Apparently no one inside the apartment was served with a search warrant or even questioned. She reported it immediately. You know, sometimes people make excuses like, oh, well, why didn't they just say something? She did. She immediately, when she regained consciousness, went to the police and said, I've been raped. Can you please go investigate this? Like, nah, not really. We're not going to do a search warrant or even question anyone inside the apartment. Okay, so then she collects all the evidence. And so, again, for all the people who make the excuses of, well, if they were, you know, if it was really rape, wouldn't they have done something? Boy, she did something. So I don't care who you are, you should be applauding her, saying, man, no one's fought back like this. The minute she regained consciousness, she started to battle them in every way, shape that she could, and made sure that they were brought to justice. And it's sad that she had to do it on her own. You would hope that the authorities would help her more, but at the end, the judge came in on her side very strongly, as did the jury.
And by the way, she was very much concerned that maybe the judge would pass down a very lenient sentence, considering what happened, you know, with Brock Turner and all those other white guys who got away with raping people. We did a story about someone who raped a child, like a baby, and he was pretty much let off. He didn't have to deal with a strict sentence. So she was really worried about that, but luckily the judge in this case gave him the maximum sentence, 8 years, and the other two are waiting to see what their sentences are going to be. Berlin will be sentenced in February.
The Young Turks isn't just us, it's also you guys. You make this show possible, and we want to thank you for it, and we want to grow together. We want to be too strong. TYTnetwork.com/join. Let's do it.